Hello, welcome to another Clevetech video. Now, you might have seen one of my recent videos where I opened up a box and inside it was this. Bit of a difference for Clevetech, really. And we're going to go and build this up and race it. But first of all, I'm going to give my opinions when I actually open the box and have a look at the chassis and the body shell. So let's open this beastie up. Don't want to spike myself with staples. Also, I'm not one that just rips open packaging. I like to open it carefully. But first of all, I suppose I ought to give my opinion actually on the packaging. And it looks pretty safe packaging. The car's inside. It looks pretty well packaged. Hopefully, obviously, it was nicely packaged in the Pendle box, so it didn't get damaged at all. It's reached me in excellent condition. It's clear what it is on the front of it, and it's got a part number on it. What's on the back of the box? Well, I'm over 14 years old, so I'm okay. It's not a toy, but to be honest, we really all know that these are really toys, but toys for grown people. It does have small parts, of which I'm going to get right down into and delve into all of the small parts. Let's carry on and let's have a little look. Oh, one more staple. So what do we got? Well, before I open and have a look at the car, let's have a look at this bit of paperwork that comes in it. Okay, a little nice little booklet. Okay, folds out. That's really nice. I've seen this on some of the other reviews on YouTube of this car and other RevoSlot products. It's really nice. You know, you've got all the part numbers. Now, I'm new to this game. I don't really know much about this plastic slot car racing. Well, I say plastic, but this has got an aluminium chassis. But let's call these more scale slot cars. I'm new to it all, so all the part numbers, what all the parts are called, etc., is new to me. So this is going to help me knowing what parts what and whether I can reorder spares, etc. So on the back, I got all our optional tyres. Well, I was recommended some of these parts before I have actually built the car up. So I do have some spare bits and pieces here that came in the box. You might have seen that in my last video. So I'll be using some of those. And some other models in the series. Very nice looking. But the cost of buying one of those with a fancy livery on it really sort of wasn't worth it for me, because I'm just going to race it. I'm not going to collect it. I'm not really bothered how it looks or whether it looks like a real race car or anything like that. I just need it to be functional and race. So let's have a look at the body shell. Let's lift the body shell up and we'll have a look first of all inside the body shell. Okay, that's a really nice little touch. I haven't seen that in plastic slot cars before, in that they've actually got threaded inserts in the body shell. Now, I'm pretty sure people will tell me, oh yeah, there's loads of cars that do that these days, but say I haven't seen it. I'm new to this game. So I'm saying that is a really nice feature. Although I do notice in this one here, the chamfer on the edge is miles bigger than the chamfer on the other three posts. So does that bode well? Is that a good manufacturing technique? I don't know. Is that good quality control? Not sure. It's just I can notice that one's noticeably different to the other three. The rest of the body shell looks like it's moulded pretty well. We'll see how straight and flat it is when it actually goes onto the chassis. But, well, I've got to clean that up, spray that up, use that. We've got some windows inside there and some little clear bits like lights and stuff like that. All things that you really need. More plastic parts to make it even heavier. So here we are, we've got wings, we've got wheel inserts. I suppose they look nice. I'll see how much I can get away with not having to put all of that on. Oh, right, a proper interior. So, well, I call it a proper interior because it's something that's there that covers up the motor, etc. But it's not really heavy. Doesn't have a full driver and legs and stuff. So that's a nice idea. That means it's perhaps a little bit more like a proper slot car. Little bag of bits here. Oh, there's a magnet there. Well, I shan't be using the magnet. Is that some sort of little brake disc in there? Maybe some springs. Some little rubber things. I bet you those little rubber things in here, in this bag, I bet you they're for the body mounting. I've seen them in other reviews and other videos of this. And again, sort of a little grill thing. I suppose that goes on the body somewhere, maybe to make it look nice. Okay, 2 guides. Yeah, I was expecting that. So one really deep guide, one shallow guide. So I'll be putting the deep guide on it because I'm going to be racing on a wooden track. Let's have a look at what we got in the chassis then. Okay, so the wires come pre-fixed to the motor. Actually, the gear mesh feels really nice. Just straight out the box. But I do notice, I'm turning this over and I'm noticing that this wheel is a bit wobbly. I don't know whether it's the tyre or the wheel, but we'll true it up. We'll check it out and check whether it's the tyre or the wheel. I mean, I would expect them not to be totally round, and I'm going to have to true them up. What about the front wheels? How do they spin? Well, they're a little bit tight. They do spin, but they're a little bit tight. So I'm maybe going to need to look at that. How does the chassis move? Oh, the chassis plate. Oh, there's a little bit of movement. There's a little bit of movement at the front. I don't know whether you can see that. The front moves up and down. Oh, and the back does move. It does move. There is a little bit of up and down movement. It's all a little bit tight. But this bit of the guide, this little post which sits there by the guide, that looks really neat and nice. That will support the guide really well. And we've got little bearings in the back and front with our pillow blocks. Phillips screws look like holding it all together. Yeah, this was an interesting thing I've seen, in that you can mount the pillow blocks on either the outside pan section or you can mount it on the centre section. Now, there is a slightly difference in height, so I assume that would affect all the front ride height, etc. And I'll have to check in the rules whether I'm allowed to make those changes or even try that out. But interesting that you've got that option to do something a little bit different. Well, overall, it looks nicely made. I mean, I really like... One thing that appealed to me was the aluminium chassis, in that it's actually better than I think it's more engineered than a plastic chassis. But to be honest, these plastic chassis cars are really, really fast these days and really nice compared to what they used to be when I was younger and started off racing that sort of thing. But this appeals to me a bit more, you know, made of metal. I suppose it's a little bit more robust as well. A little bit like along the idea of the production type cars that we race for ISRA racing or BSCRA racing. So I'm really looking forward to setting this up, getting everything straight and true, and then having a go. So thank you very much, Nick Hurst at Pendle. He's really helped me out, and I'm going to go along to their club night and race these, and you're going to be with me following what's happening. Thank you for watching.